and welcome to the Content Byte, a podcast for freelancers who use their words to make money. I'm Rachel Smith, a freelance journalist, copywriter, and content producer. I'm also the founder of Rachel's List, a jobs board and community for Australian writers and other creatives.
And I'm Lynne Testoni. I'm a journalist and a content writer as well. Rachel and I are your weekly co-hosts, and every week we're bringing you all kinds of tips, tricks, and some fabulous guests to help you make the most of your freelance business. This podcast is sponsored by our good friends at Rounded, easy accounting and invoicing software made just for Australian freelancers and sole traders. It's everything you need to make freelancing easier. Find out more at rounded.com.au.
Also, if you're a gold member of Rachel's List, Rounded is giving you 20% off an annual subscription plan. Upgrade to gold membership for all the details.
Hey, Rach. It's just us this week, isn't it, on the pod?
Oh my God, it's so weird to just be us.
Yes.
And we can talk over each other as much as we want.
Well, we will.
We probably shouldn't.
I know, it's been full on. We've had so many guests, and I think it's a really nice I guess a reflection of the popularity of the podcast. We get a lot of people pitching to us now, don't we?
We do. But we also have had quite a few people say to us, when are you going to do a podcast episode on the summit, given the summit is an extension of the Content Byte? And
Yes.
We haven't done that yet. So
This is what we're doing now.
we're going to give you a little behind the scenes thing about how it came about and
Some of the exciting things about it and what we're looking forward to. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you do know that it was me pushing you. It was a great idea we had together when it was like, wouldn't it be nice if we just got the podcast and took it to a level?
I think you were pushing for it for a long time and I was saying no.
And then over Christmas, I just started organising it, and then you had to say yes. Was that it?
Pretty much, yes. You were the driving force. But look, it's exciting for a lot of reasons. I think, once the idea started to take shape, we thought, well, we can finally have these big in-person events again. Because while online events are amazing and you can learn so much, I think there's something really special about being in the room with amazing speakers and people who are at the same level or, as
or
you
your
are.
colleagues.
Yeah, and who have your notepad at the ready and, you're keen to debrief on the session in the break and that sort of thing. There's a real buzz, I think, about conferences.
I think so. Definitely after spending everything remotely, I think there's something about seeing everyone in real life. And it's interesting because I think particularly Rachel's List Gold community has grown and it's got more interactive. There's a lot of people I know, but I only know in the virtual world. I'm so excited to meet some of those people in real life.
Oh, yeah, me too. The same. And I think online events, you can take notes and you can come away with things and all of that. But when you're face to face, you do pick up so many more ideas and sort of strategies, I think. I know that because we both attended Launceston Freelance Festival. And I also went to CopyCon in the same year, I think. They were both in the same year.
Yes, I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, I got so much from both of those. So that was a huge part of it. We thought, what can we do that's different or that brings in the different types of writers that we are connected with? Yeah.
Yeah, particularly like we've got a lot of colleagues because we both started out as journalists, a lot of journalists who are still journalists or some who've moved in like us into content marketing and content writing. And that's what, for me, it was a big learning curve to go from journalism into content. And I think that's where we're taking a lot of people. And that's where I think most commercial writers or somebody who wants to make, as they say, use their words to make money, I think that you need to understand content and what's different about it and where everything's going now, because there's so many challenges, aren't there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But there is no denying that organising such a big event is an enormous amount of work. Did you know how much work it was going to be?
No. I thought, yay, we can do this. And I've organised conferences before and events in my work life and as a volunteer. But this is a lot bigger. It's exciting though. But that's also, I think the trouble with organising all those events was I felt I set the bar really high, as did you, We wanted like the best speakers. We wanted the best program. We wanted a really amazing venue, and that's great, but it has meant a lot of work.
But we are upskilling. We're learning as we go.
Yes, definitely.
We talk about upskilling at the
we
summit.
Have to live. We have to walk the
Very
talk.
important. So we can walk away and say, well, we did that, which is kind of rewarding as well. But yeah, you're right. We did look at a lot of venues. Let's talk a bit about the venue, because that was really important to us, wasn't it? To have that seamless experience for people coming along. And we really didn't realize how difficult that would be to find.
Exactly. It was hard. As I said, we wanted something really special. We wanted something that reflected, had a bit of a creative feel about it. We looked at a lot of sort of the museums and the galleries and things in Sydney. We also wanted Sydney, and we wanted somewhere that actually celebrated the city of Sydney. I mean, it's a beautiful city. We live here, and people are coming from overseas and interstate, and we wanted somewhere really amazing, or even people coming from up or down the coast.
Absolutely. And you're right. We looked at a lot of museums and galleries as opposed to hotels, because we thought that would be cool to do something, like in those rooms. I think remember we looked at one of them with all the stuffed animals, and we thought that would be amazing for the for the cocktail party.
Yes.
But when we actually got into the weeds of what it would be like for you coming along as a attendee, we had to really think about, how do you get to the morning tea? Yeah, the practicalities. How much would you have to wait for a lift to go up to the morning tea or the lunch? Yeah. Are you going to have to be among crowds and things like that? And it just didn't work, a lot of those venues. So we put a lot of thought into that planning, didn't we?
Yeah, and that's why we love the Maritime. Actually, I think as soon as we walked in, we went, oh, this is it. And I think the combination of that amazing harbourside location with the water and the ships, and we have to admit, the idea of the cocktail party on the helipad of the Destroyer, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're just crossing our fingers that it doesn't rain.
but that's the thing. They even had weather provisions. So, there is an option for that. And I think that's pretty cool. And we wanted a classic theatre. So it would be easy to concentrate. It was nice and comfortable to sit in. And the theatre at the museum is fantastic. And it's got all the AV. It's all really seamless that, we don't want to worry about the tech on the day.
I love those little tables, those secret tables that pull up in the theatre.
Because you're a note taker.
I'm a note taker. I like having a little table. So they've got these kind of slide away tables in the first 4 rows only. So if you get there early, you can sort of have your little table. Comfortably take notes. So that's nice.
That is nice.
But also it was the only venue that gave us we've got the beautiful Tasman Gallery room that's right outside the theaterette. So you're in the middle, you're in the heart of this incredible museum, and right
with
next
the
to the harbour.
The light. There's a light.
The lighthouse.
A light from a lighthouse, which is pretty spectacular. It's amazing. Yeah.
And you can also get outside really easily. So all of that just kind of came together, didn't it? When we were choosing the venue.
Exactly. And we love it. And it's quite accessible as well. It's got all these different public transport, there's parking, there's all the stuff, which is really important too, because people are coming from all sorts of places.
Yes. And we have to talk a little bit about the program, because we went back and forth. And then one day we all went to Lynne's. Claire came as well from Rachel's list. And we just did a massive kind of post-it note thing on her massive dining table. And we planned it all out and decided what we wanted on each day. And then we moved stuff around. And
we talked about our dream speakers.
Yep. So what are you most looking forward to? I think I probably know.
Oh, probably. I mean, we're so looking forward to meeting our keynote speakers like Ed Gandia and Jennifer Gregory, because both Ed and Jennifer are heroes of ours in the content marketing. They're so practical. I love Ed's podcast. He's so practical. I mean, when we had a Zoom meeting, it was a bit of a fangirl moment, wasn't it? And he's so lovely to deal with. And
I think I even said I'm having a fangirl moment, which was so embarrassing.
But we wanted our heroes. Like, I guess we're being a bit selfish in a good way, because we wanted the people we want to hear from and get them practical. Ed's never been to Australia, and he was really excited to come and be offered the trip.
But also a really interesting tidbit, which you might not know, is that the other keynote speaker, Jennifer Goforth Gregory, who has an incredible like Facebook group called the Freelance Content Marketing Writer, and it has like 6,000 people in it and a lot of Aussies as well. Her and Ed are friends.
Yes.
So they're sort of coming, they were excited to come together, and also they'll be doing a really special webinar for us before the event as well.
Yeah. Give it. So if everyone hasn't met or heard them yet, I think it'll give you a nice taste of what they can offer. And I think they have such good advice.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed's podcast has had over 1 million downloads. We can only dream of those numbers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But they really both helped us, didn't they, in boosting our income and, you know, building our businesses and that sort of thing. They're just invaluable. And I know that Lindy said that they really helped her. She was fangirling over being on stage with Jennifer, because they're doing the Escape the Low Pay cycle.
Yeah.
And that I'm excited about that. I really am, because Lindy, you know, talked about how she hit 100K in her first year of freelancing. Everyone who follows the Freelancers Year will remember that series, which was amazing.
Oh, Lindy. Well, it's a whole thing, because Lindy is one of my inspirations when I started freelancing, and I thought she was so practical. And if anyone hasn't heard Lindy Alexander's blog or read, she's amazing, and I think she's so lovely and so practical as well.
Yeah, so she'll be doing 2 sessions. She's doing something on pitching, and not just pitching to editors, but to corporate clients and agencies and things like that, how to get work through those different means and different types of pitching. But her and Jennifer will be talking about money and escaping that cycle.
How to earn decent money.
Yeah, so that's a big one. But also Ed is talking about content strategy as part of a greater theme on the skills that you can, you know, hone and improve on that will set you apart as a writer.
It's one thing he's really big on, about that added value. And actually part of the theme for the conference is future-proofing your career in the age of AI. And I think one of the things we wanted to talk about was the fact that strategy is a skill that a robot or an AI can never, you know, achieve. So I think that's really important too.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you're really looking forward to? I know that, you know, I need to be more consistent with my marketing. So I'm really looking forward to the marketing toolkit session with Rachel Collard on the Saturday.
Oh, yeah. And I haven't heard. I know Rachel did a really great masterclass for you, which I was away, I think, and I missed. And you said she was amazing.
I think it was a lunch club.
It was a lunch club. And she was great. I'm really looking. Oh, there's so many people. There's some of the editors and content people that you and I have worked with. I'm really excited to listen to them. And I love Claire Brundle. I think she's always really helpful. She's talking about the art of storytelling in content, which I think is really good. I actually am just looking forward to seeing everybody.
I know.
And those drinks on the Destroyer, just to see people and chat with people that I really admire, whose work I really like. All our speakers are people that I just love spending time with.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got Carrie as well, Carrie Hutchison, talking about editing.
Yes.
Editing in the age of AI, which is a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Very, very important, not just for writers, but yeah. And we know that it's going to be quite a controversial one, because everybody has a different view of AI, don't they? And it's something that's constantly evolving, even as we near the conference. We've got Susan Rioch talking about AI and actually using it. And
as
a lot of
tool.
us do. A lot of us do use AI, you know, now, like Grammarly and Otter and the Co-Schedule Headline Analyzer and those sorts of tools. But I suppose it's that other kind of layer where you start to use it to write for you, and that sort of controversy. We're going to really dive into that one, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's good to discuss all those issues with people that understand words. I think a lot of our speakers have been dabbling in it and working out whether they want to use it, and if they do, how they use it, what's ethical about it and what isn't. Yeah,
absolutely. Because it has really polarized. Well, it's, you know, you and I see that all the time, how much it's polarized the freelance community and just continues to. I mean, I was just reading a thread in a Facebook group that involved one of our speakers, Kerry Sackville, who's a really popular author and columnist. And I think she was talking about a guy she knew who was creating AI stories to read to his kids, and she found that really sad. And that thread,
sad.
Yeah, it is. And that thread just exploded with so many opposing views, some people saying how they were embracing it and thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. but other writers, a lot of authors weighing in as well, who were saying how sad it was and what it's actually going to do to our careers. So I think it's going to be so interesting, isn't it, to have all those opposing views and see what you can take away from it.
And have some intelligent discussion about it, where people actually have looked at it and understand it without just sort of saying this is going to save the world, this is going to take all our jobs. There is some intelligent discussion to be had, I think. And
also to get the other side, which we don't often hear, you know, from the editors and the agency owners, I mean, how they're using it, what their expectations are of freelancers going forward, and that sort of thing. I think you mentioned Claire Brundle. She's talking about storytelling and how important that is. And, you know, I would love to hear what she thinks about AI.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Really interesting. Yeah.
So how many people? We're hoping for about 100.
Yes.
There's a bit more capacity if it goes. We didn't want to overshoot it. We just felt that was a great number. We got obviously some great speakers. Most of our speakers are staying for the event as well, either at least the day that they're speaking, but some of them are coming for a couple of days. It's going to be a great buzz in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got about 25 speakers all up, don't we?
Yeah,
we're just finalising those, but they're quite diverse in age and experience and, you know, where they come from and all of that. So, yeah, I think that's going to be really, it's going to be interesting.
We've got some great diversity of experience. I think people have worked in traditional media, people are working in digital media, people are working in content, people are working in journalism, people are working in copywriting, marketing. So there's a whole different group of people who bring different sort of skills. And I think that's great. I think you'll be able to, there'll be somebody who you connect with or somebody that you think, wow, I think these are all people we can learn from, definitely.
And we're hoping like you'll take, you know, you might take the breaks to chat to someone or go up and talk to an editor or a content director and have a bit of a chat, maybe create a bit of a business relationship, because they're the things that can bring you work.
Oh, for sure.
Even talking to other freelancers is what can bring you work and, you know, creating that network around you. So we think that that's a massively important part of it as well, and important for it being an in-person thing. But I think my one regret is I'll be running around and moderating and dealing with things. All I want to do is just like sneak into a quiet seat and take notes along with the rest of the audience.
Yeah, because you and I are sharing the moderating. I mean, we may have some extra help there, but I mean, I think it's really exciting, but it's also quite selfish. I think that means I get to ask Lindy Alexander and Jennifer Goforth Gregory exactly what I want to know. I mean, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think some really, you know, and put some of those editors on the hot seat. And I think it's really good.
Yeah, amazing. Well, we've got lots more info on the website, don't we? Which
we do.
Is the contentbytesummit.com.au. We're still working on some of the finer details, but we'll pop in the show notes where you can find out about the summit and where you can
sign up for our newsletter. We've got a summit newsletter which will keep updating you, and you get to know the speakers that way. I think that's really good.
Yep, and you'll also get notified when early bird tickets are about to end, which is coming up. So if you are thinking of coming along, it's a good time to grab your ticket.
Sales are going rocketing. So, I mean, we will limit it, but and I think there's going to be a big rush before the early bird finishes on the 30th of June. So, and that's nicely timed for the end of the tax year too, Rach.
That's right. Throw it into your tax.
Exactly. Yeah.
All righty. Well, that's it from us.
Okay, we'll put the links to that. We might put the links to, say, Jennifer's website as well, and Ed's, and as well as Lindy's. So there's some of our key speakers. And
thank you again to our sponsors, Rounded, easy accounting and invoicing software made just for Australian freelancers and sole traders. You can find them at rounded.com.au.
Thanks.
Bye.